So, well, we're live again.
We are. Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to be here again. I can't believe it's already been a month already. Like, where did that?
Well, we can say February was a bit shorter. Maybe it's that.
That's true. While we're waiting for people to jump on, we both pulled out our blue outfits tonight for expression. So, you know, a funny thing I noticed, Kaya, I don't really have a lot of things in my wardrobe that are blue.
Okay. I got a lot of things that are blue, more dark blue. But I figured out, I think, and in 2012, I lived with a woman who was really in this color concept. And she told me what the colors fit well for me.
Yeah, well,
and I think you are right. And I'm a winter color type, so I can wear all the cold and clear colors.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, I think you are equal.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's funny because the topic is expression. Come on, everybody. Come on in, and if you want to comment, please feel free to comment. We want to know where you're from and who you are, so don't be shy. It says a lot actually about how I did not have a voice. And this is like, you know, I don't have a lot of blue things in my wardrobe, and it's only been in the last 2 years or so that I've actually bought a few blue things. Okay. So even little signs like that, I'm starting to realize how I'm shifting, because I didn't really have a lot of things that were blue, and now that I'm actually opening my voice and expressing my truth, which is the topic for tonight.
Yeah,
I'm being led to more blue things. So it's really, really interesting, just little signs like that, how you just take note about how you're shifting, and even just the colors that you're attracted to, or the clothes, the colors of the clothes that you're attracted to. So it's really, really significant for me, because I'm just growing in my expression. So it's really awesome that I'm actually realizing those things. So
we have Vanessa already, and hello, Vanessa. Welcome. Beautiful that you're back.
Hello, Vanessa. Yeah, I've only just started seeing the comments. So
yes, it's always these looking down, up, down comments.
We've just got to keep looking. Unfortunately, we can't see it on our iPads or on our laptops, so we need to keep looking down. So that's the only way that we can know who is here. So good to see you again, Vanessa.
Yes.
Okay. What are we going to start with? So tonight's topic is about expression of truth. So do we want to talk a little about the general energies?
We can. They're intense. No, I think you will feel they are intense.
They're intense.
Yeah,
everyone is fatigued. Everybody is massively having these vivid dream space. I know I am. I have been for the last probably 2 months, but it's stepped up in the last two weeks, I dare say. I think everybody that I've ever encountered in this lifetime has come back in some dream space on some night, and some nights I have like multiple. So if you guys are experiencing that, we'd really like to hear it, you know, write it down for us in the comments, and, you know, and just to sort of talk about it, because it's like crazy dream space.
We have Sarah in as well. Sarah, it might be, I don't know, in the middle of the night for you. So beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, it's so late for you. Thank you for coming in.
Maybe when it's okay for Vanessa, we will start with a reading for Sarah, because she's in Canada, and I think, I don't know, do you have to work tomorrow, Sarah?
Very, very late. So yeah, so we can definitely start with a reading for Zara. So good to see you, Zara.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's been pretty intense as we move towards equinox. So as Kaya did the new moon, it was new moon yesterday. Kaya, do you want to speak a little bit about, like, you know, the main theme from the new moon? I'm putting her on the spot here.
I can remember them because I channeled them. So actually, these energies are still sweet. This will change with the equinox a bit. Sweet in a way, but purging as well, and closing cycles, closing big cycles. So I realized this is the end of the astrological year we are in now with Pisces season, with this new moon, but as well the end of the first year with Corona, because it popped up in March last year, or we had the first lockdown in March last year.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. And yeah, and reading what was coming up, so that it is about a lot of revisiting what we have achieved and being proud of ourselves. Self-love is a big topic. Sweetness and relationships. These energies are giving us courage to showing up vulnerable as well, which fits in expression and self-expression.
Yeah.
In romantic relationships too. And that we will be well received for this as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yeah, there's the sweet energy for relationships. Also for other forms with relatives and
we need sweet energy, don't we? We so need sweet energy.
And I got this big information to use this coming week to rest when possible, to step back as much as possible, because with the equinox and coming into Aries season with fire energy, this
gonna get pushed forward. Yeah,
it is intense. It will last intense, but then we will have another dynamic in the energies.
Yeah,
and this Pisces moon is also to dream and to float in dream space, and feeling, on the other hand, to plant the seeds. I had these words, planting seeds of stardust and miracles in our physical body. Nothing else to do, through feeling.
We need that. So our bodies need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just floating away in this Pisces, wow, vast and limitless, but bringing it back through the emotions of the Pisces as well in the physical body, and making friend with our bodies.
Beautiful, beautiful. And it's very important to also ground that energy, because like you said, we can see too much up here, and it's beautiful to be in this beautiful, sweet, cradling, unconditional love, and, you know, feeling the emotions of the Pisces. But we need to bring that into our physical bodies, into our human experience. And I mean, the easiest way, and I'm pretty sure Kaya will agree with me, is to do some grounding and to be in nature and to really connect with nature, so that we're not floating up here, we're actually bringing that down and connecting to Mother Earth, but also pulling up her energy and helping her mother energy support us through, before we get pushed into that, catapulted forward like some sort of, you know, bow and arrow, that we're going to go like poof, because I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling this forward pushing, and I'm going to step back and I think, oh, can I just have one more week, please? Can I just have one more week, please?
and feeling, really feeling. Pisces is a water sign, it's emotions. So feeling all what's going on. Even so, I had these informations when we have big visions and beautiful and see the world how it will be, and there's a sadness in our system because it is not yet like that. And feel that as well, not to go away and say, oh, this other world is more beautiful, I stay there. Have both, and this is planting seeds.
That's right.
And nature and grounding.
You have to ground it, or else we're not going to be able to fully embody. There's that word again, embody. Fully embody. So I think this is a really important time of integration, because everything is happening so quickly and everything is so intense that we need that time to be able to grab hold of ourselves and grab those dreams and grab those heart-space emotions and actually cement them into our physical existence. So beautiful. That's beautiful. So I'm having a look to see if...
There's Sarah and Vanessa. They have a lovely chat at the moment. It's
beautiful. Okay, awesome. Okay. Shall we jump into the numerology for March?
Yes, do that.
Okay.
Do that.
So again, if you've joined us before, so this month's topic is about expression, and we're going to be talking about numerology and doing card reveal. Kai will do card reveals around that topic for everybody individually, so everyone can jump on and request a reading. If you request a reading, if you want a numerology reading, please put down your birth date so that I can work out that information. If you know your personal year number already, it would be great for you to put that down, because it means I don't have to work that out. So if not, all good. So looking at the numerology for March, so we can look at it again in a few different ways. So in general, March is the third month. So when we look at the numerology and the energy around the number 3, the big thing is expression. So number 3 is very, very bigly connected, very well connected. Okay, this is not good. This is not good that I'm not getting words out. Anyway, it's hugely connected, very closely connected to expression. So you can tell we have fun and we just go along as we go here. So the number 3 is all around expression and speaking your truth, which is our topic for tonight. So you may have realized when March started that you may be getting pulled into situations, or there may be some releasing around times when you haven't felt that you had a voice, or where you felt that you were silenced, or you haven't been able to speak your truth for whatever reason, or express. And expression, we have to emphasize, it's not just in speaking, it's in writing, it's in dancing, it's in any sort of movement, it's in any sort of creativity, whether it's painting or drawing or sewing or anything like that. So it's all expression of emotion. So it doesn't have to be speaking. So it's going to be, March is all around the 3 energies. So things like social networking, things like friendship, being more social. I mean, I know in Australia, we're very lucky. We've got COVID-19 under somewhat control. So a lot of the restrictions are being lifted for us. So we're able to socialize more and connect with more people. I don't think Europe is probably there as yet. However, we're very lucky here in Australia that the restrictions are being lifted furthermore. So we're able to go out. Not really?
It's becoming denser and denser at the moment. They will force us to take the vaccine.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, it's different in different parts of the world, but I mean, we're lucky that we have the internet. We can all connect this way. So, you might be finding that you're connecting with more people, things are opening up, there's more social activity. So that's all around the number 3. But like everything, we have positive and negative. So you might also, and I know that Kyra and I have noticed this, you might also notice there's a little bit more ranting going on, a bit more people perhaps taking their expression to the extreme and trying to control or pushing their opinion on other people, or being even abusive. So where I've certainly noticed it, and I believe Kaya has also noticed it, and Jennifer Hoffman, who you may know, who Kaya actually put me onto, stated a very, very simple fact, that because there's massive awakenings going on and a lot of people are shining their light, a lot of shadows are being shown. So some people are getting, a bit uncomfortable because there's been more light put onto their shadows. So, and then you have this revengeful, vindictive expression coming out. So just be aware of that. It's sort of kind of happening, guys. So just be aware of what's going on with that. And for us, it came in early last month when we had a few trolls on our live event. So So it's just be alert and try to find the balance between expression and still having respect for everybody. So we can also look at numerology around the number 8. So if you do your calculations and you work out March 2021, we end up with the number 8, which is all around empowerment. So personal power, finding your personal power, and we often find our personal power when we find our voice, when we're able to express our truth. So it's very, very closely linked, and makes a lot of sense that in being able to express our truth, we are starting to regain or get back our personal power that we may have given away in the past. So that's what 8's all around personal power, around abundance, around also, and Kai mentioned this when she was talking about the new moon, about really recognizing, giving yourself recognition about how far you've come.
Yeah.
This is now time to recognize how all the inner work that you've done, how far you've come, and to reap the rewards of all of that inner work. That's all around the number 8 as well. So that's very important this month as well. And then we can also speak of the opposite, with the negative. And it's interesting because when I was thinking about this, I channeled a sentence, and I want to share it with you all, and I want you to all think about it. Empowerment is not gained by disempowering someone else. So even though it's the month for empowerment, and we're in the energies of the number 8 for March 2021, just be aware, just be mindful that empowerment is not gained by disempowering another. So that's when all the controlling aspects come in, all the revenge, all the spite, all the abuse, because by empowering yourself, it doesn't mean that you need to disempower somebody else. And there is a bit of that happening around, particularly I've noticed in social media, and personally, on a personal level, I've actually experienced it myself too. So again, it's the shadow coming to the surface because there's light being shown on it, and people are getting uncomfortable because their expression of truth is also happening, and people are seeing their truth. And for some people, it isn't very becoming of them. So just be aware of that. So they're the general energies for March 2021. So I'm going to give it over to Kaya now. She's going to read out the intuitive guidance that she received for March.
Yeah, actually, I decided when I listened to you that I will not do that this time, because I think the most is said, and with the as I talked about the energies of the new moon, and everybody who's interested can go back to this video as well, and I can quickly show, because we have this is the painting I made for this year, and we are now here, the third month. So a lot to come still, and you will find this reading on my page and
Perfect.
If you want to, and maybe we go on the readings.
We will.
We have,
let's begin
for the moment, Sarah and Vanessa, and if you both could give us, I know there are more coming in. Everybody in giving us who wants a reading your birth date, then
yes, please.
Antoinette can calculate it. There is.
So we're going to start with Zara, because it's insanely late over there. So Zara,
yes,
can you please
Sarah,
tell us your birth date?
Yes, and I will pull a card, and Clarissa is coming in. Welcome, Clarissa.
Hi, Clarissa.
Beautiful to have you. And if you can write in the comment your birth date, Antoinette will make your numerology. And I decided that I will not pull animal spirits. I've got the feeling I will work with the dragon cards. So there you will get a dragon. And we will see what this dragon says to you about your expression of truth, what you have to know.
So I'm just looking through the comments. So Zara and Vanessa and Clarissa, if you would like a reading, can you please write down your birth date in the comments and I can work out your numerology. Vanessa, if you can remember what your personal year was, if you could write that down, that would be great. That will help me. Just bear with us until we, okay, great.
So you can be with a comment, and I've got the first card for Zara. I will show it in a minute. And it's beautiful. It's a golden orange dragon. Expand your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. And remember your magnificence. Zara, this is your dragon coming in for the topic of expression and self-expression.
Oh, beautiful.
What I get as information, so I'm already deeply touched. So see this dragon, I don't know what he's doing, but everything is flying around him, a book, and he is like, what's the English word? You speak French, jonglage. He is like trying to be everywhere. Have a look. And this is a bit what I feel for you. You have this part as well. You are with your son, with your work, with your spiritual work, with your energy, a lot of with other people as well too, because you're so intuitive and empathic. And you lose yourself sometimes in that. So you're more here or more there or there and there than here. And this dragon is coming today to you to say you are capable, you are multitasking, you are amazing. And if you help him, help this energy, because this is your energy, this magnificence of this golden orange dragon to come into your center more again and again. And I think this could be a daily task for you. Maybe you do it already. And speak from the center. You're so powerful. When you channel and when you're with clients, this is already happening. So there's no question. And in your daily life, it's also to resource yourself. Because all this juggling with everything going on and being with your energy a bit everywhere, but not here, is very exhausting as well. And you have a lot of power, but giving it all the time, it's like spreading it. Spreading it to all what's going on around you. And then you're tired. Very tired. There are moments you just would like to fall down and sleep. Okay, there are these moments because of the energies, and you set one on top of what's already exhausting at the moment with all what's going on with juggling. And yes, this is the information I got. When you start to, I think you are aware, but you can become more aware where your energy is spreading out all the time and pull it back to you. And what not means to leave the others alone, it's just to give them a little bit of energy, like a kiss, and then come back to you and not stay there. So this will help you a lot to be centered, to feel more energized, and out of this being centered to express yourself. This is what I have, Antoinette. I have something.
Look at the blue. Well. Look at the blue on there.
Yeah.
When I look at that card, I think, okay, blue and orange, express your feminine. And I really think you are doing that, Zara. I really do. Because I've seen the beautiful photos that you've been putting up lately, and honestly, you are just glowing from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful. Thank you, Kaya. Okay, Zara, because I haven't done your personal year before, I've worked out your personal year to be, so you're in a 6th personal year at the moment, and you're actually going to end that on the 25th of April. So you have the same birthday as my mother, the 25th of April. So you're coming to a close of your 6th year. So 6 is basically around balance and harmony and beauty and finding the beauty within you. So you've probably spent the last year doing that. Finding a space of love, making your house more homely, collecting beautiful things, meeting beautiful people coming in that will bring you balance. So you've got about a 6 weeks left of that, or about 5 weeks left of that. And then you will swap over to a 7 year. Now I can't remember. Okay, so I think I was saying that you're finishing up a 6 year, personal year on the 25th of April, you go into a 7 year, which is all around introspection. So spending time with yourself, your spirituality, self-discovery, perhaps doing some writing or some new learning, just going within. So that will start up on the 25th of April this year for you, Zara. So personal month for you. So when we add your personal year and the number 3, we get a 9. So what I'm getting in relation to expression, so 9 is all around completion. So it's around closing timelines, and there's a real karmic cycle thing coming through. Perhaps you need to express something in order to end that cycle. That's what I'm receiving. Perhaps it's with someone that you have unfinished business with, I want to say, and it's speaking your truth, and whether or not, and I think you'll find a lot of empowerment in that, but you'll also find completion because your personal month is a 9. I would say this is the most important thing for you to actually speak your truth or express your truth in some way. Like we said earlier, it doesn't have to be in terms of speaking. It can be in terms of writing, or it can be in terms of some other sort of creativity. But I feel that there is a strong need for you to express your truth to this particular person, so that karmic cycle can come to a close, and you'll be able to close that off before Aries season, where you're going to actually be catapulted forward. So that's what I'm receiving for you. 9 is also around humanitarian, and it's also a lot about psychic ability and spirituality. So there could be something in relation to a person in relation to that, or it could be a family member, or my feeling is it's a family member that there is a lot of unfinished business with, that you need to be able to express your truth in some way or shape or form, and that will bring you a lot of peace. It's really, for me, there's a lot of characteristics that go with the 9, but it's the completion that seems to be coming in really, really. Complete it, say your truth, express your voice, something you've been holding on to for a very, very long time. So it's for you to move forward. I feel like you really, really need to do this.
Yeah, beautiful. And when I listen to you and I come back to this dragon, it's like what I see with your information is like speaking this truth to this person is like taking parts back to yourself as well, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Parts that are spread in the world, in other people, in situations, and to all what's flying around here are parts of you that have to come back in your system, in your heart, in your soul. And that can happen through this process, was what Antoinette said, speaking your truth.
And the other thing I'm coming through is forgiveness. There's forgiveness involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that will set you free as well as the other person. It's really important that, you know, you remember that forgiveness will also set you free. As my throat starts to tighten up. So, so I hope that helps, Zara. I hope that gives you some sort of guidance. I'm trying to find, now that we're on two different lives, I'm trying to find.
We have Kelly in and Daniela now as well.
So I hope that you've been able to pick that up, Zara. I apologize for the interruption in the middle of your reading.
I can say I will re-record this and I will cut together one whole video afterwards, set it up on YouTube, and we both can share it with the links to the readings, so you all can come back to your readings. You don't have to make notes or think, oof, I have to remember all this.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. That's beautiful, because that way the film director here picks all that up. Awesome. Thank you, Kai. So I hope that helps, Zara. Okay, who do we have next?
Vanessa.
She
was the first one. Thank you, Vanessa, for your patience. So Zara can go to bed now. I hope you can go. You will go to bed now, Zara.
She said she's doing laundry at 1:30 a.m. So that's Zara. That's just Zara. Go to bed, Zara. Now, thank you for joining on. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing our event and showing us so much support and love. We really love you. Thank you, Zara. Okay, Vanessa.
I pull a dragon for Vanessa. There's all these dragons are actually very active, jumping out. So everybody new, give your birth date so Antoinette can make the numerology of your monthly reading. So there's your dragon coming out, Vanessa. Oof, yeah, he was jumping out already on the floor. Interesting. It is Kuan Yin's pink dragon. I will show it to you in a minute. Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. Have a look on this dragon, Vanessa, your dragon. So I have to tune in these cards a bit. What's coming up when I see this card? There's a lot of, at the same time, power and sweetness in how you are asked now to express your truth. So speaking your truth out of your heart, expressing yourself, whatever you do out of your heart, and you can move mountains. And it is really so, your heart is the key to no matter what situation. Is it in work, is it within a relationship, in whatever, your key is the heart to everything. And I get the information, this is something you're not so used to express yourself through your heart. I see it like a way, I can show you how I see it. So we can either, we have a thought and we express this directly through our mouth. And what you are asked now, there's this thought, and then like filter it through the heart and then bring it out. So very practical. have a deep breath when there, and you have powerful truths coming up, and very liberating things when you speak them out or write them down. It's not necessary speaking them out. Powerful, and like this dragon says, you are also closing multiple cycles and relationship that no longer serves you, and you know that already. Even you maybe cling on some still because this is so comfortable on one way, and that's a knowing that they're not any longer nourishing for you. And it means not that you will lose people in any case, but you can now step out of the not so healthy parts and relationships. And this is up to you. So what means that it's up to you also to transform them in something different. So when you see this card, see there is like something new coming out of this flower. And this flower is for me like your heart and your power. And see, I don't, is it, it's interesting. These cards are interesting. I'm more used. Do you see this is like little birds? It's like you're spreading your truth all over and everywhere, and really sweet and very directed as well. You know a lot of things very clear here, very clear. And there's a little filter of can I put it out like this? Because it could be hurtful. And there's a truth in this. If you put it out from here directly there, it could be cutting, but cold cutting. When you take this way through your heart, you will cut also what is not any longer needed, but with love. So it's not called killing, it's more transforming. I hope this makes sense. I give to Antoinette, who is nodding all the time, and I'm interested what she has to say to add.
Okay. I love the synchronicity. You can't make this up. So Vanessa, it's totally fine. It's okay that you can't remember how to work it out. It's all good. She's written, I can't remember how to work out the numbers. You've given me your date of birth again, so that's all good. So Vanessa, your personal year is in 6, and we've spoken about this before. So strangely enough, you have the same numbers as Zara. So she, wow. Yeah, so she was in a 6, and so are you, but you started your 6 back in October. So you're what, 4 or 5 months into the 6. So again, it's about balance and harmony and bringing everything together and beauty. And for you, I vaguely remember, and I hope I'm correct, that I suggested that you tune into Archangel Jophiel because you needed to connect with your inner beauty. And I think this is coming out in the topic for tonight about expression, the topic for March, because you also, when I work out your personal month, you're also in a personal month of 9. So that would mean that your personal month last month was an 8. And I feel that you started to collect bits of yourself back, and Kaya mentioned this as well. You've started to collect your personal power back, and I think you're coming to a point now that you're feeling actually a bit stronger within yourself, that you're ready to speak your truth in whichever way or shape or form that's going to take. But because I think in the past you've put up a lot of walls and you've given your power away and you've given your voice away because you've been perhaps a people pleaser, or, you've stayed in situations or in relationships where you haven't set clear boundaries. So Kaya mentioned about the completion, and that is totally correct because your personal month is 9. So it's all again around completion and karmic cycles coming to an end. And I really believe that there are some relationships that will come to an end, but I think you've been building some muscle around that now. Last month gave you some more strength. You actually found some self-acceptance. You found some personal power to actually feel stronger and be more courageous in setting that boundary and saying, no, you know, I will not put up with this. So, and there's going to be some people that are going to accept it, and there's going to be, like always with everyone, there's going to be some people that are not going to accept it. And I think you have a bit of a fear around a few people, and Kaya touched on that as well, about you're still clinging to some people. But this month is all about completion for you, and I think in that completion you will find a lot of self-acceptance, and you will find love within yourself. And self-acceptance is in the heart space, and it makes sense with the card. You know, the pink color, and it's blue again on the bottom. So I really think that you're gaining that muscle in your heart space, and you will express how you feel, and you will set those boundaries in place, and you will complete the cycles that no longer serve your higher purpose. And I think the other thing I wrote down is releasing. There's some things that you need to release, and it's also around the number 9 is around releasing and completion. So in regards to expression, perhaps there was some wounding around times where you weren't able to express, and it's now coming up, it's showing itself to be released. So I would suggest that you sit with that and you spend some time looking at those times where you perhaps didn't have a voice, and really go in and have forgiveness for yourself as well, that, you know, you weren't able to speak up. You know, there are many different reasons why we're not able to speak up and speak our truth. But I really feel like you've gained enough self-acceptance over the last month or so that maybe some things have happened where you've been able to regain some of your power. So sit in that heart space, sit in that self-acceptance, and express from there. They're the messages that I'm getting for you.
Maybe there's a lot of sweetness for you as well in the energy.
Yeah.
You're supported by really sweet and soft energy. So there's no need to cut things like that.
Yeah, no, gently, and from your heart space, like not coming from a place of anger or a place of, because you're going to release that anger. You're going to release, you know, that pain. You will release it, and you'll allow it, and then you'll find a space of neutrality. They're telling me neutrality, where you'll be able to express in your own way, but from a place of love and gentleness from your heart space. So I hope that helps.
Yes.
Thank you, Vanessa, for coming on and joining us again. It's really nice to have you here. Okay, who have we got next? I'm just going through Daniela. Will it be Daniela?
Clarissa.
Clarissa?
I think it's Clarissa. You're still there, Clarissa? You're with us?
Has she given
after the breakup?
Clarissa, if you're still there,
give us a sign.
Can you please give us your date of birth? I'm just trying to find where we are right now.
Yeah. Hello, expression of truth, self-expression.
Expression of truth, technology is doing my head in.
Chaos.
Okay.
So, have a look if she is.
I can't see that she's written down her...
No, me not either.
So let's go to Daniela. Yes? Hi,
and I saw in the other one Kelly and Clarissa, but not in the new comments. So if you're still there, please.
Still there, Clarissa and Kelly.
And write down your birth date.
Please write down your birthday so that we can go back and we can do a reading for you if that's what you would like. It's a bit confusing now because we have two, but I think we've gone onto the new one now. So please bear with us. So Danny.
Yes, I will pull a dragon for Daniela.
And Danny, good to see you here.
Welcome back.
Remember,
and we will see what the dragons will tell you about, what you need to know about expression, self-expression, and expression of truth. Well, these are really...
They're adamant, Danny.
The energy than the animals.
Danny would be laughing right now. I know Danny. So Danny would be laughing right now at that card flying out.
I will read you and then I will show you, Danny. Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond and wow, see this dragon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the energy coming in is so much power. There's so much in you and really powerful what wants to be expressed through you. Really lightful. You could shine your light for so many, and this light wants to shine out of you. It's really, this is so, it's like urgent and really like, and you're still a bit afraid to let this light really out. And to, what I get, the fear is that you could push away people with this power. Does it make sense for you? And what I can feel, yes, maybe people will be pushed away, but this would be even something good. And what I can feel when you see this diamond, you have this diamond in your heart, or in you are this diamond. And when you let shine this really in this full power, you will attract a lot of people and beautiful people and light bombs as well in your life. So I will ask, what do you need? I have the feeling there's something that it needs not so much, but you need something to make this step, this last step, to really open up and say, okay, I bring all this out. I express what I am, unfiltered, powerful, and no matter what will happen. So what do you need? It's not really practical, but the key is joy. Joy. So what brings you joy? What do you enjoy? Because when you are in full joy, you don't think any longer. You don't control. You just shine. There's nothing else happening than when you're happy, when you do something you enjoy, you're radiating all the time. And all what you are is coming out unfiltered, direct, and amazingly clear, amazingly beautiful, and you reach people because it comes out of this happiness, out of this playfulness. Even when it's a strong truth, everybody can take it. Or the people who can't take it, then it's okay also. It's not needed for them. It's their thing. But it's not bad. It's coming out when you enjoy and when you just doing what you love, and your truth is coming out, the expression of, I don't know, I see you with children all the time. I see you playing with children. I don't know if this makes sense for you. Playing with children and there are adults around, and you give here a hint and there and talk with a child and have fun and really innocent. Absolutely, this is absolutely innocent. See this white, clear innocence, powerful. And then there's a parent talking with you, and you give a truth like a kiss, and it's a big thing, but you even don't realize how big this is, what you're giving out. Because for you, it's like, I give a kiss there, and then I play with this child again. And then I rule myself in the sand with the child, and, or I don't know, jumping around, making things and your whole system is shining, is so wow. So I hope this makes sense. I get this energy again. It's a really beautiful energy, playful, and very, very powerful. And you can move mountains with that without being aware. And it's not necessary. It's not needed that you be aware, because this is your nature. So I give to Antoinette. I hope this makes sense.
I can say it's making sense to her because it's making sense to me.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. So, Danny, so thank you for remembering your own personal year of 7. Kaya, can I have a look at that card, please?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. When I see it, before we go into the numerology, when I look at that card, I just see that glowing innocence, like the white glowing innocence, and it's coming from the heart space, and it's your soul, and it's your soul calling, and it's your soul truth, and your expression is coming. Like if you look at the rays on the card, I just feel like you express in so many different ways, and you're reaching so many different people by and I mean, I know for a fact that there are children around because I know Danny, so it's very resonant. But when I look at that, it's, to me, what I want to say is inner glow, like your inner glow, which is coming from your heart space. But the message that I got was do what lights you up. And it's doing, and whether that's expressing, like we said, expressing is all in different forms. So whether or not that is being creative or writing or speaking, with you, it's probably speaking. She's probably laughing right now. It's probably speaking, but when you're in that natural state and when you are doing what lights you up, there is no doubt that you are expressing your truth. Like it's you're so aligned in that energy that you're just able to express it in so many different ways. And like I agree with Kaya, it's very far reaching, like those rays that are coming out on that picture, on that card. To me, you don't even realize how far reaching it is. You actually don't actually realize. And we know that children are like sponges, and they absorb everything and they retain everything, and they, you know, they're looking up for knowledge. They're looking up to you to teach them. So what I want to say is do what lights you up. Like Kaya got the word joy. And with that, your numerology, thank you, Kaya, for showing me the card. Your numerology, if we add 3 to 7, it comes to a 10, which comes down to a 1. So 1 is all around new beginnings. But the stronger meaning that I'm getting around the 1 for you is self-mastery. Master yourself. Really allow yourself to express the way that you want to express. And I know that you have been trying to implement some things, and I'm sure it's been amazing, and you're going to find more and more as you dig into your creativity, you're going to find more and more ways for you to express, especially to those children. And so the advice I can give, the message I want to give is go in and For you, the number one, it's about new beginnings, but the stronger force behind the one to me is your self-mastery, your self-improvement. Really go in and you'll uncover another way of expressing. And from that, you'll have new beginnings and you'll have new projects. And I want you to be creative. Like, I want you to go in and really master. I know you have it. I know you have creativity. So go in and self-master that gift and open your expression from there. And you'll find so many different other ways that you can communicate and you can connect on so many different levels when you're able to go in and actually really discover which ways. And you know what? It's like, I want to say, you have a lot of choices. There is not one way to do it. You have the ability to be able to adapt, and you have different ways to reach different people. And I think going into that creativity space and into that self-mastery, allow yourself to go there. Like, allow yourself to discover these new things and these new ways. And then from those new ways, you will build the new projects and you will have the new beginnings. So I'm feeling it's a really exciting time for you, Danny. Like, you know, just and do, you may not realize that you can actually do it from a place of things that you love. Like, you can have the joy, but you can still spread the message and you can still speak the truth. It doesn't have to be so structured and so meticulous. Like, you know, you can explore, you can you can find different ways to do things. So new projects, self-mastery, and do what lights you up.
I get, even when I listen to you, thank you, Antoinette. It's so interesting what's coming up for me when I listen to your insights. That and when you try to structure, you block yourself.
Yeah.
Then there's okay, how can I give this up? But I feel this joy. This is beautiful when I do readings for people who have this joy. When you're in this joy, this is popping out of you, and it is really like you give truth bombs, but like, and really powerful, and truth bombs in a way that I don't have an example, but you give a truth to somebody what is really needed for the person in this moment. And this will unfold, maybe not directly, but with time, and have a big effect. So, and do you see there are two diamonds? There's one diamond here in the heart, and he has the other diamond, the dragon in his hand, in its hand. And for me, it's like your truth is coming from your heart, and you give it out. Even you don't know, when you enjoy something, when you're happy, do that.
Do it.
Be happy.
Do it, Danny. Just do it. Thank you for coming on, and I hope that really gives you some help and guidance for your month of March.
Yes.
Here we are talking about expression, and I can't get words out properly tonight, so that says a lot, doesn't it? Okay. Thank you, Danny.
You have to express different, Antoinette, with new words. Maybe there's light language coming through you now. Never know.
Yeah, actually, it has been. So I think that might be something else. I'm starting another gift that I'm starting to uncover. But yeah, that's another story. Okay, Kaya, do you know who we have next?
I think it's Sita and then Eliz.
Okay.
Because Sita is back now. Right. Sita, I will pull a dragon for you. My new challenge, working with the dragons. And Eliz.
I have no technology is not on my side tonight.
It's interesting because you've got the same angel, dragon, like Danny. Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. I show it to you and I will tune in with what it is telling you, because they're not always the same information with the same cards. So, Sita. So I got a clear sentence for you. Sita, bring out your spiritual gifts. It's time now. This is what the dragon says to you, really, really with power, and say, go out. It's time. You have all what you need. You have your big heart. You have an immense wisdom. You have internet, very practical. Go out. Yes. 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 Sorry, these are the informations coming like that. So the only thing holding you back is yourself. And there are still rests of self-doubt. There's a thing with self-worth as well. And the question, I don't know if this is resonating for you, it's coming up. So is anybody out there wanting to hear what I have to say? And I can tell you, yes. Yes. There are a lot of people out there needing to hear what you have to say and have to share from your personal experiences and from this immense wisdom you carry. This is so, we are in this time of extreme transformation on every level. And I lately talked with a friend who is not yet in this spiritual way, and she was telling me on very simple words where she is and what all that's going on is doing with her and how she is reflecting. And at the end she told me the same as a high spiritual person would tell you, but with other words. So she said, I'm going inwards. I have a look how I would like to live, and everything is changing and it's frightening me. And so to come back to you and go away from my stories, there's so many people in the world at the moment who are really confused, who need help, who need guidance, who need to hear from others who went through this state already. And you did it. You were totally confused what's going on. And you became so clear, and you are, I don't know how long, but in a way since ever on your spiritual path, or to pull away this word spiritual, you are on the way to discover who you are really, your true nature, because this is what for me is the essence of spirituality, that we discover who we are, what we brought here, what is the essence of being me, of being you, without all the programming we went through. Go out, write, make videos. I don't know what is a form you feel comfortable with. I got writing first of all, and I said, I've got the feeling you did a lot of writing for yourself, journaling. Write about your experience and bring them out. You will help so many people. It's time, Sita. It's time. It's time. It's time. I believe in you, so you can believe in yourself as well. Oh no, I'm frozen.
Okay.
I'm back. I was frozen. It's up to you, Antoinette.
Okay, you're back. Awesome. Awesome. We don't have to start again. Okay. Hi, Sita. Thank you for joining again. So I was listening to the messages that Kaya was giving you. I'm being distracted by the sun behind Kaya. There's just like this beautiful sunlight coming in.
Yes, the light is coming in for all of us.
Coming in for all of us. Sita, I love it when Kaya holds up the card and goes, it's time, time, time. So as subtle as ever. However, I can shed a light on that because of your numerology. Okay, so your personal month, so personal year is 9, your personal month is at the 3, comes up to 12, which reduces down to 3. So it's been a bit intense for you this month, Sita. So this is going to make a lot of sense about, so your personal month is 3 in a month of 3. So you're really being pushed. So I can understand why Kai's wanting to go, it's time, it's time, it's time.
It's not me, it's they. They tell you. I'm just a channel.
Don't shoot the messenger. So
I'm the messenger.
That's right. So having a personal month of 3 in March, which is a 3, basically means the characteristics of a 3 are gonna be really intense. And like we said at the beginning, the characteristics of a 3, the most substantial and the most significant is expression. So you probably don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say the same thing. It's time. and
you have to hear that.
Yeah, you really, because they're really quite adamant, Sita. Your guides are really hammering it. It's time, it's time. And 3's around the networking and you know, going out there. And I think this month you'll need to figure out exactly what way you're going to express yourself. And there's going to be so many different ways. And like Kaya said, the message that she received, choose the one that you're most comfortable with. I mean, for all of us empaths and for a lot of different people, it's very difficult to express. And, you know, we either carry core wounds of when we haven't been heard, or there's been a reason why we have not felt safe to express our truth. There's a lot of different scenarios. And I feel that your guides and your angels are really pushing you now. And you may have been perhaps looking into or having thoughts around or spending some time thinking about, okay.
No, Antoinette.
Are we back?
I will bridge that and we have a look. So you're back, Antoinette.
Okay. Is it me again?
Crazy.
Expression and technology is not playing nice.
What I got at this moment of time, that the more we shine our light, at the moment we are really the dark forces coming against. So
that's what we spoke about.
Shine your light. See there.
I just got chills because I was very distracted by that light when I first could see it, and it's absolutely true. And you know, we touched on that at the beginning about you know, because of us, this massive awakening and people showing their light, there's some darkness coming out that is trying to put out the light. So we apologize, Sita, for that interruption. Yeah, what I can say is I think you've been having some thoughts around how you're going to express yourself. And I'm having a feeling it's going to be in a way that you sort of kind of like didn't think, that the way that you end up doing it is going to be in a different way to what you actually thought it would be. But I feel on a really deep level, you know that you're ready, but it's the mind that's interfering with that. I think in your heart, you know that you're ready. And of course, Karen, I encourage you, and you know, you have to be ready. It's got to be your moment. But the messages that we're both receiving, and given that you're a personal month 3 in a month of 3, which is all around expression and journaling and writing and socializing and building a network and getting, you know, making connections and all that type of thing, it's really, really, really amplified for you this month. So I guess our messages are just do it. It's time.
It's time, Sita.
It's time, Sita. And we believe in you. We believe in you, and we believe that you have a lot to share with the world, and you know, your experiences and your what you've worked through and how you've worked through them. And expression takes so many different forms. So never think it has to be this way or that way. It can be a lot of different ways, and I have a feeling it's going to be a way that you never ever thought it would be.
No, and I can tell you from my experiences in Antoinette, I don't know if you can agree. So when I got this really strong push to go out, I was frightening to death. And I knew I have to do it anyway.
Yes. So we all go through it. We all go through the fear. Like, you know,
yes.
Kara and I were terrified about doing this live thing. Like, you know, we were like, okay, we've come up with this idea. All right, okay, how are we going to do it? And, you know, are we going to be okay doing it? And we just sat in our heart space and we said, yes, we need to do it. And the harshest critics are always going to be ourselves.
Yeah, and I say always, you know, where the biggest fear is the biggest treasure as well. And take the fear by the hand. Don't leave it. Don't say, okay, there's this fear, we will leave it there. Yeah. And then you will sabotage yourself.
Absolutely.
But be there, here, and shaking, and having the card in the hand and having no idea what to do. And feel the shaking, and then let happen what will happen. And you can do that. You're ready. Go out. Show the world your amazing wisdom and being, and shine your light.
Shine your light, beautiful soul, and believe in yourself, and know that you're supported and you're held, and you've come with a purpose, and you know, you're actually connecting with that purpose now, and we want to encourage you and send you so much love and support.
Yes, and you know, we stay in contact. You have actual support from us as well. So from people who have gone through that.
from us crazy critters. Thank you, Sita. I hope that gives you some support and some guidance.
Thank you, Sita. And good luck and good courage.
And we're holding our breath to see how you're going to show yourself. We're excited for you. We're so very excited for you. Okay.
So I have written a bit, have a look, and we have Eliz.
We have Eliz. Hey, Eliz, yes. I hope you're still on. We're slowly working through everyone.
Yeah, I wrote her. Daniela gave her birthday. And Sharky came in as well. And I think we will do Eliz and then Sharky. Hi, Sharky. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Sharky. Thanks, Danny. You're on it. Okay, she's got her personal number her personal number is 2.
For Eliz. Oh, wow, these dragons, oh, wow, are popping up. So powerful. Interesting. Eliz. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know them all as well. You have, or for you is coming to support you, the aquamarine dragon from Neptune enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. So I'm German. I don't know the word ineffable, but that's not so important because I will see what informations will come through. This is your dragon. And the first thing I found interesting that he's coming from Neptune, and we are at the moment under the influence of Pisces, and the Pisces new moon, and Neptune is a ruler of Pisces. And Neptune is it Neptune or Neptune? Antoinette, how do I pronounce that?
Neptune.
Neptune. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pisces and Neptune, this is really a vast, spiritual, deep, limitless space they are coming from. I like this dragon. He's touching me actually, or she, it. And see, there's a lot of dragon babies around.
Oh, little seahorses. Are they seahorses?
Seahorses, yeah. It's a water dragon. I think she's female. And she's carrying a key in her hand.
She is.
Well, the informations I got that you are on a really, really pivotal point in your life at the moment. So, like on a crossroads. And you have amazing depth of wisdom. And a part of them you already have discovered, but there's so much more you're not aware of at the moment. And it is like this dragon asks you if you want to if you would like to dive in there now. If you feel ready to discover for me, it's like the words, I think it's not good English, but have a look how it is resonating. To discover the deepness of your soul. In a really soft and sweet way. There's it's emotional and there might tears flowing, and it's tears of release and you see like a barrier can break now if you allow that. A barrier you had built out of belief systems and programming and out of your education and all what we have to protect you seemingly, and it was needed for a long time. But now it's like barrier, what is holding you back. And you're standing there in front of this barrier with a key in your hand. And it needs not a push, it needs not a fight, it needs just to unlock. I have to be here. To unlock and open. And everything comes into flowing. And I see this tears flowing, and it's tears of release. It's not pain. It's just finally I'm at home. Something like this. And so much falling away. What is painful? What is fighting? What was a lifelong fighting? It's just falling away. It's not any longer needed. And it's really not a big step. It's just you have the key in your hand. Have a look if you can feel it in this moment. Close your eyes and have a look if you can feel this key in your hand. And it's just to put it in the locker. And wow. Beautiful. You're a really beautiful being. So I give to Antoinette. I'm touched. Thank you, Eliz.
Hey, Eliz. Thanks for joining again. I'm going to take a breath because when I looked at that card, I see mermaids. I know it's a dragon, but to me, it's like a dragon dressed up as a mermaid.
It's a mermaid dragon, maybe.
Yeah. So I get a real feminine energy, but like Kaya, I get, and look at all the blue. It's just amazing how much blue. So all around expression. I get that the key lies in your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And as we said at the beginning with the Pisces new moon, it's about cradling your emotions and tuning into your emotions. And when Kaya was trying to find the word that came to me was depths of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So in your deepest emotions, that's where the key is. That's the power that will be behind the key to be able to open the door. And the softness that Kyle was picking up, I think, is because it's around emotions. So it's around expressing your emotions and allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to actually go into the depths of that ocean within you. We all have an ocean within us. And almost pull out that ingredient that is needed for you to push forward, because your personal month is a 5. And we are in a universal year of a 5. So 5, you may remember, is all around expansion and opportunity and personal transformation and transition, freedom, liberation. This emotion, I feel, is going to liberate you. It's going to give you freedom, and you will find it in the depths of your ocean. And your ocean is your soul and your heart. So I believe that's where you have to look for it. I think you haven't allowed yourself to connect with it. It's there, but you haven't really truly connected with it. And the opportunity, 5 is also around opportunity. So the opportunity to expand is happening, but it's almost like you've got to make that last, you've got to make that last dive into the ocean, because there's so much water energy around that card. You've got to make that last dive really deep down into the ocean, and you will find that key, and you will unlock the door, and you will expand, and you will personally transform, and you will go through the shifting, and you will go through, and the opportunities will come, and you'll be able to embrace that energy of the number 5 and just feel liberated and free. So, Kaya mentioned things that have been holding you back, or some sort of conditioning or belief system, or that's been suppressing you. Now you're being called to dive deep. I keep getting told, dive deep. Dive deeper than you've ever dived before, to the depths of the oceans. Grab that missing piece, grab that key, and swim back to the surface, and you will be able to open the door of opportunity and expansion and the shift of the number 5. But you have to make this step first. yeah, that's
and you can do it. And you can do it. You have all what you need here. There might be a fear in the head to dive in the depths of the emotions. And it's not existing in your system. It's here. But it doesn't mean that it's not that this fear is not real. For sure. When you think you're afraid, there is something existing. And I can say again to take it by your hand and dive in and explore treasures as well. And like a magic world you don't know yet. But what's your kingdom? It's like, I get an image like you live in this world and you feel all the time a bit wrong, or the world is wrong, or something is wrong. And we often take this to us and think we are wrong. And you are asked now, this dragon will be with you, so you're not alone, to dive in your world, to really explore your world. And once you have explored that, you will not feel any longer wrong in the outer world, because you carry your world in you. And your world is in the ocean, like Antoinette says. It's an emotional, it's a really sweet and sensitive world as well.
Yeah, something very delicate and very precious.
Yeah.
And once you dive in and grab that, you'll be able to take it out into the world. But you'll need to grab it first and love it and nurture it.
Yeah. Yes, in yourself.
So
and accept that you're true. This is Antoinette, you know, Eliz, she is a mermaid. This is your true nature.
She's so
you're working here on Earth and think all the time, so I'm drowning. But you're not drowning. You haven't explored this world of the mermaid in yourself to take it in this world. Because we need mermaids here.
Oh, we so need mermaids. We so
Absolutely.
Need. And I know you are a mermaid, Eliz. You are such a mermaid. In the most beautiful way. So hopefully that gives you some guidance for March. And thanks again for joining on. And thank you, Dani, for giving us her number.
Yes. And now we have Sharky.
Sharky. No.
As I see it. If you very well organized Antoinette Thompson have no other informations.
No. I'm trying to find Sharky's comment because
Sharky is the 29th 11.
Oh, thank you. 29/11
72.
Awesome.
And I
thank you, Kyle.
Pull a dragon for Sharky. Sharky, I see you gave your birthday and I asked for your birthday. Sorry. This is multitasking. So, dragon for Sharky for expression of truth. No, it's not that. This one is popping out. Oh, Sharky. You have the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. We had a dragon who had a bit of similar energy. Have a look at this dragon popping out for you. And what I get, this is really pure female energy. And it was interesting, the first information I got when I was looking at the card before I showed it, I was so, oh, she will be in resistance to that energy. All these pink children, girly. This is not the world of Sharky. And for sure, you're so much more than pink. And this is something what wants to be expressed in you and what needs to be expressed in you. And it's a pure female energy and a pure heart energy. And the information I got, what is this? A resistance. The resistance is actually fear to lose your power when you tap in this energy. That you have images in yourself of what female energy or this very female being means. Their belief systems sticking on this, like this is weak, this has no power, this has no voice, no worth as well. And at the meantime, this is growing in you already. And a female power, a sweet power. Look at this dragon. She is dancing with flowers, and I don't know what this is. I see it like butterflies. And it's interesting because it's a form of the DNA spiral as well. This was around her. And she is so confident and so natural in her female power. You have this in yourself as well. And this is really a thing of have a look what you, when you hear female energies, maybe make a list what your belief systems are connected to female energy. Why you're so in resistance to let this break through you, because this dragon is already, this power is already building up in you. And once you let this live in you and connect with this power and with this, power, the word is power, this female power, and you explore how much power is in this sweet being, a woman, you will feel whole. This is something you're missing on one hand and you're resisting on the other hand because of this belief system. And you're longing to live this and you're afraid to live this. And it's coming through now. you can't resist it any longer. And you can help to embody that. And it's amazing. So it will, once you, and it will be, I think you will make your little steps to come to embody this fully. And it needs little steps to explore and to make this experience for yourself, that this is not weakening you. That wearing pink makes you shine and powerful and not shrink you. This is the image I got. And this, it is like you feel like there's a missing piece. There's always something missing. And what is missing is this power. Once you let it really come through you fully, this emptiness, this searching will have an end. I hope this makes sense. Antoinette, what get you? What are your information?
Okay. Hi, Sharky. Thanks for coming on again. So just looking at the card alone, I'm very drawn to the dragon's wings.
Mm-hmm.
How very open and distinct I'm also getting the direction of the way that the dragon is flying. I'm also getting energy around the Kundalini.
Mm-hmm.
And the tail and the way that it's moving upwards. So this is what happens when we have our Kundalini awakenings. Our Kundalini lays dormant in our base chakra. And then when we're awakened, it starts to rise up through the chakras. And that's when we begin our ascension and our healing journey. So when I just looking at the picture alone, I get a very strong Kundalini energy. And Kundalini is all around the divine feminine. So most of the reading was about the divine feminine and the, you know, this I guess you can call it a belief system, or it's coming into mind. So that's what the message that they want to give me. It's like I think there might be some significance to you about how the belief system is, when you're a baby girl, you dress the girl in pink, and when you're a baby boy, you dress the boy in blue, and therefore you cannot put blue on a girl and pink on a boy. I'm feeling that this is really, really significant for you, and whether or not it's a memory that you have, or whether it was a memory that perhaps was pushed onto you from an ancestor, like your parents or relatives, because Kaya picked up quite a strong aversion to the color pink, and well, you received that message, yeah.
Yes, the resistance.
Yeah, there's resistance there. So the message that I'm getting is it's something ancestral. It's something linked to the belief system that we had just said, you know, when you've got a baby girl, you've got to dress her in pink. And when you've got a baby boy, you've got to dress him in blue. And it doesn't switch. Like, you can't switch. This is the action they want me to do. Like, you can't switch, or you can't mix.
This is what I get. It's like defining you. So you're pink, you're forever pink, you're nothing else than pink. And
yeah,
this is not true for sure, but it's like once you're dressed in pink, every other facets of you will vanish behind the pink. You're only a little pink girl.
Yeah, there's something to do with identity, and I hope this is making sense for you, Sharky, because we're both receiving it. So it's around that, and that's what I get from the card itself. But when I do your numerology, your personal month is a 2, and 2 is all around mother and divine feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was nodding when Kaya was talking about, because when I worked it out and it's 2, and I can hear her talking about, you know, divine feminine and what we believe to be the definition of a divine feminine is, as we all know, we both have feminine and masculine in all of us, male or female, regardless of gender. So what I want to say is because your numerology is a 2 for the month of March, I keep getting the word nurture. You need to nurture the mother, nurture. And I don't know if you are a mother in the physical sense. You need to nurture the mother, but you need to nurture the feminine.
Mm-hmm.
But the feminine, as you want to describe it, as you want to express it,
Mm-hmm.
her, not from a preconceived, conditioned idea that has been, that you have been brought up around.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that there's a lot of belief system, as you said, Kai. There's a lot of belief system. There's a lot of, it has to be this way and not that way. And I was very drawn to tell you about the, you know, when you're a baby girl, you get dressed in pink, and when you're a baby boy, you get dressed in that. That's really, really strong. So I hope that's resonating for you, Sharky. But it's actually coming through really strong. So I think it's something to do with thinking outside of the box, and not being allowed to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And you're in a personal year of 8. So you started that back in November. So you're in a year of empowerment. You're in a year of reclaiming your power. And I think a big part of your power is attached to your divine feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need to nurture that feminine within you, and go in and actually, okay, what does that mean for me? What does that actually mean?
Yeah, explore it for yourself. And Antoinette, when you talked about this definition of the color pink, so it means like when you think of what it means to wear pink, that means to hide the rainbow you are. And to bring it together and say you can wear pink and you are still the rainbow.
It doesn't take away anything from you.
No, it's the opposite. It makes you more rich, or more.
It enhances.
It brings you something what you're missing at the moment, really.
So I hope that helps, Sharky. I hope it gives you some sort of guidance and support for you during March. And thank you very much for joining us again.
Yes, thank you.
Kaya, can you see any more? I'm just going to have a flick through and see if we've missed anyone.
No, I think we have all. So going to the second one.
Because it really helps when we have 2, right?
Yeah. And Sharky, I see your comments. So maybe, we will do next Sunday wisdom gathering circle around the same topic. It's donation based.
Yeah.
And maybe this would be beautiful. You come in and we have this space there, a private space, and in a little group. So last time we had 4 lovely ladies, and it was not a big group, and really a beautiful space to dive deeper. So either this is interesting or you book a session. So we haven't spoken yet, Antoinette. Maybe we do a 3-part session. So new things popping up. Maybe a session with both of us. This would be possible. I never have thought of it before I read your comment.
Absolutely.
Let's stay in contact.
I mean, it's are we sure we haven't missed anyone, Kaya? We've done everybody?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
Because we had lovely ladies in earlier, Clarissa and Kelly and Sally, but they have vanished now.
Okay.
And the last comments are now from Sharky.
Okay, great.
So if there's anybody in at the moment who wants a reading, please write a comment now so we can see it.
Yeah, please do that. So of course, Sharky, like Kaya said, I mean, now that we look like we're finished the individual readings. So 8 p.m. next Sunday and 10 a.m. Paris time, we'll be running that wisdom gathering circle, which will be a closed group. We ran our first one last month, and like Kaya said, we had 4 lovely ladies join us, and we had a beautiful, intimate deep dive into the topic. So if that's something that any of you are interested in, you can either contact me or Kaya, and you can register for that. At the moment, it's via donation, so we're offering it to everyone based on whatever donation they wish to give us for that time. It's did we say an hour and a half, Kaya?
We did 2 hours because we made much longer last time, and we said 2 hours is a good space for, and it will be a limited group, so it's not.
Yeah, so it will be
not yet hundreds of people coming in. So it's really space to have an exchange, and as I say always, the groups finding together have usually common topics. So
yeah,
you will find, even when somebody else is expressing, that you can pick up, like in the readings. I've got the feeling always you hear the readings of others and you think, oh, this is speaking to me as well. So we find each other.
It happens. And it's just a small intimate space where we didn't have a structure, but it appears that we started with a meditation last time, a guided meditation. So I think we'll probably do the same again this time, and depending on what both of us channel during the week as to what is needed in the circle, we'll go with that. We intuitively will go with the guidance that we receive, because it'll be for the highest good of all the people in the group. Please come and join us. We try to create a beautiful safe space so that people can open up, and it's not public. It'll be, you'll get a Zoom link when you register. You'll get a Zoom link and you'll be able to join that way. We encourage everyone that's been on here, or anyone that sees this video, if you feel guided or if you feel pulled to want to do that, please contact either Kaya or myself and register, and then we will send you the link after that. Kaya, any
but what I think we have not so many, but we will say anyway. So for sure, Antoinette and me, we give everybody of else, we give private sessions as well, one-to-one sessions. And as I said there, I never have thought about, but why not, Antoinette, we can figure out having double sessions as well. Things coming together like this.
The queen of technology that keeps getting bumped off all the time.
Where's light, there's shadow as well. And yeah, we both channel in our sessions. We give readings, but we do energy work as well. So we work with blockages. And I say always, I can't heal another person, but I can support you on your healing journey. And I had sessions by Antoinette who really were amazing and life-changing for me, and really, really deep healing was coming through these sessions for me. And for sure, come in, book a session, and or contact us and have a look when this is resonating, and when you're standing in front of a wall and hitting your head again and again against the wall and think, okay, this is enough, what do I need? I can tell by myself that on my journey I had so many sessions and so much support, and as I said, the work we do by ourselves, but being supported by somebody who brings another energy and who have a look from another perspective, is always something for me so helpful. When I'm standing here, seeing the wall, nothing else, and having somebody by my side who say, just turn your head a bit and you can see again.
Yeah, definitely. And as healers and intuitives, I believe the same thing. As a healer, I cannot heal you. I can only activate the healer within you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my mission. And I'm blessed to have that mission. And it's taken a long while to get here. However, at the beginning, I didn't actually know a lot of people to go and get support from. And then when the universe delivered the people to me, it was so much easier, being able to reach out to somebody and say, you know what, I'm a bit stuck. I tried to work this out on my own. but I just need that little bit of help. And it takes courage to actually admit that, you know what, I do need a little bit of help. Can you please support me on this? And I can vouch for Kaya as well. Like you've had a little bit of a taste as to how she channels and the intuitive guidance that she's able to give you. And she can do that in individual sessions as well, and give you a painting like I have on the side here, and just give you this wonderful intuitive guidance. And she has given me so much guidance when I'm not able to work it out for myself. So please, if you would like the support, then please reach out to both of us, or either of us, and we can, or if you would like to join the group, know that it's a safe space. It's a safe, intimate, closed space. And we encourage you to join us and open up, and we will be focusing around expression next Sunday as well. So
yeah, what is beautiful in these groups as well, that you come in contact with like-minded, like-hearted souls, and you can stay in contact with them afterwards, because there is actually a lot going on at the moment. And I talk a bit in my moon reading about, I had a really physical breakdown last week when I wanted to paint, and it's going on. We go layer after layer. It's not this day and I have this and everything is gone. It is I don't like this word, but it is work to come back to us. So to shred these layers of all what is not really our true selves. And we do it.
We do.
We do it.
We do. Kaya, I just noticed Vanessa asked you if you have a Facebook page. So yes, she does have a Facebook page. And
yes. Yes, I will send you the link in the comment, Vanessa. My Facebook page is Heart to Heart. And I will also, we have record that. I have a Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. I'm so out on social media. So I will set up this recording on YouTube and on my page, and Antoinette, you can share it as well then.
Yes, I can do that. Yeah.
Write your comments then, that write in the comment section that is out, so you can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel. If you'd like to go over and subscribe, that would be great. It's to become one Antoinette Thompson. And also Instagram, you can go over on Instagram. And yes, I will do the same. Once we have the recording, we will upload it to our Facebook pages and also to YouTube, so you can go back and rewatch. I'm not sure, will we be doing timestamps or... Well, no, yes, no, maybe, I don't know, as to where people can find their readings.
So yeah, what I figured out, and I will do that again,
okay.
when I set it up on YouTube, I can write the time, the starting of the reading of Sarah, of Vanessa, of Sita.
Perfect.
In the description box, and when you click on the time, you can jump directly to your reading.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's amazing. So I just have to figure out when it starts, and it's not so much work to do. And I did it the last time, so you can jump and you can copy that. And Antoinette, you can have a look.
Sure, that'd be great.
I sent you the Word document for.
And then I can put it also put it on my YouTube.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add, Kaya?
No, I think it was amazing. For me, it was again a new experience to work with these dragon cards.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So this is frightening me. I was sitting here in front and I had already the information that it would be good to work with the dragon cards. And for sure, the animal cards is comfortable. I did it 2 times, so it's a safe space. And I was sitting with the 2 here, and so Kaya, what do you do? And then, okay, no, follow the guidance and not your comfort zone. When it's dragons, it's dragons. And I'm frightened in that moment. And I pulled the first dragon for Zara, and Zara, the master channeler. So
the master channeler. That's right. No pressure.
And yeah, just to say that when we want to make new experience, we have to do steps we never have done before. I mentioned that last time. And it's frightening. And it's beautiful to do it because this is creating new experiences. And when we make another experiences, we have something to come back afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I just want to, before we go, talking about stepping out of your comfort zone. And so I was living in my expression this week and I made an announcement on my page. I did a little short video about how I've been expressing myself in the last probably nearly 2 years by writing my own oracle deck. So I just want to put out there, I'm so excited that I'm now being able to share this beautiful, exciting news with you all, that I have finished my deck and I'm in the process of editing and formatting and getting it ready for print. I will be publishing it. It's so exciting and so frightening and all of that for me. It will be called Pain to Purpose, a Healing Oracle. And it's based on pretty much my personal experiences, everything that significant events that have happened in my lifetime. And it's all channeled drawings, channeled writings all around healing. So I'm really, really anxious to get it out there. It's so exciting, and I've been working on it for the last 2 years. So for me, expression has been in my writing, and my drawing. But for you all, remember that expression comes in so many different ways. So I just wanted to give that as an example of completely going out of your comfort zone. And I decided that this week was the week where I was going to announce it. So, and it's done. It's out there. So keep tuned in, and I shall give you updates as to where I'm at. And as it is now, we're in the final editing stage. So hopefully it will be ready to print very, very soon. And yeah, I'll stay in touch. I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm exploring a lot of things, and stay tuned to get updates.
I hope that we can have readings here with your cards.
Oh, then. Yeah, I'm sure we can. Once I get them in my hot little hand. So yeah, so that'll be something. There's so many opportunities and so many things opening up. So I'm really, really excited to finally share that news with you all. So thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful Clara.
We will do this next month again. We haven't fixed the date, but it's around the second Sunday in April.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really figured out the topic.
No, we haven't.
Because it's so, I was listening to the reading I did for April, and it's not so clear like for this month or for May, for example. It's collaboration, co-creation, it's clear, and April, I don't know, it was something like showing up vulnerable too, but it's expression as well. So I don't know. We will see what we get.
We'll receive the guidance and we'll let you know when we figure that out. But for today, thank you everyone for joining us. We've had so much fun, and thank you for your trust, and please leave us comments, and we will go back and look at all the comments. Thank you for leaving the comments, and please tell us if it resonates with you and if you found it helpful. And we thank you so much for jumping on and supporting us. So for now, express yourselves in all different ways. Just go out and do it, and have faith that the right way will come. It will be shown to you. So thank you all for jumping on, and much love to you all. And we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good month. Bye.
Have a good March. Bye.